We have week 1 of Michigan Cup in the books, and what a great week of cricket we had. Again, in my opinion, when looking at all the games, there were some thrilling games, there were some high scoring games, chases of 160 plus, there were some low scoring thrillers, a 75, 80 runs being defended. And I think it was a great start to Michigan Cup for week 1. And for me as the guest today, we have two people from on our panel today. First, it's going to be Keys with Krishna, their captain Krishna Chaitanya. Welcome to our discussion today. And as my second guest on the show, we have Naveen Nishant. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it on a weekday, taking the time to be here. Really appreciate it. So, like I said, it's been a really enthralling week of cricket in Michigan Cup. So let's get directly into it a little bit. But first, I want to talk to the captain of Keys with Krishna. I've been playing cricket in Farmington for group for almost 3-4 years. I've not heard the team name Keys with Krishna before.
That's true.
So can you give us a little bit of history about how this name came up or how your team came up, and just give us an introduction of Keys to Krishna?
Yeah, when I used to play for Southland Cricket Club, okay? And when we had a discussion, I'm doing a realtor business, so we thought name SLCC first.
Okay.
Then all my players, I have to thank my all players. They force me, it will help my business and also to connect with the people or with the cricket lovers.
Okay.
It's because I've been playing for cricket from almost 2011, I guess. Yeah, from 2011. I had some breaks. I have been playing in leather ball. From past 5-6 years, I was out of T-ball.
Okay.
So I'm not that much familiar with all the players currently.
Okay.
There are a lot of players coming.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Farmington Cricket
Yeah.
Club has a lot of players involved and a lot of committed players. So
That's true. Yeah, the only reason we want Keys with Krishna is to connect with the people, with our friends, and I want to help them. Some people will have some questions, they hesitate to come out of the box.
Okay.
And I want to be friend, treat like a friend, and cricket is a platform where people will open up.
100% true. Yeah.
Whatever the questions in the real estate is not an easy task. They should have all those knowledge to overcome everything, the financial and all those stuff. They in some cases the people will be in the box and they won't think out of the box to buy a house, or even though if they want to buy a house, they don't know where to start. I want to take this platform as an to help the people to get their dream houses, and to know more better about the market, and where to invest and all those stuff. So I thought going directly to the people without knowing me, because I was in a gap of 5 to 6 years of
Okay.
worth of the cricket. So all new players came in.
100%.
So
Yes.
when I see the teams, when I started this team, I thought who I have to ask the players, but luckily you don't imagine, I never call a person that I want a player. Luckily, I have a club
Okay.
where I posted I want to form a team. The players came up very soon.
There are a lot more expected. Yeah.
The roster full, no time, and I was very happy, and I have a very good, the friends which I have in this cricket, they got the trust on me as I have to lead this team. I will thank for each player in my roster.
Oh, that's 100% correct. Yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of the captains will relate to this. Like when you put a team, you need players to get involved. Otherwise, it becomes really hard. So I think you've been really lucky on that front that all your players have, put the trust in you, and also said that confidence, that if you're putting a team together, we will come and support you. I think that says a lot about you itself and how much the players trust you.
That's true. The players which I have, they are committed with a lot of tournaments. Okay. Even though whenever I call them, hey, we have short of players or something, they are making the time and they are coming to the ground.
Of course, yes.
So that's, every captain need that.
100%.
The availability in the Farmington Cup is always a crucial thing. So I don't have that problem. I have a good headache. You can call, like, I always have more than 12 players in the, every match.
You're making us jealous now. You're making some of us captains jealous now that you have more than 12 on every week.
I
But
don't have I have all experienced players, not they are not like superstars or something who perform in the Michigan Cup before, but every player in my roster is a match winner for me.
perfect.
Okay, any given time, any given moment, they know how to handle the situation. So that's make our team special compared to any other team in the
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great introduction. Like I said, like when we saw a new team, I think anytime a new team gets registered in Michigan Cup, I think everybody first thing curiosity is let's take a look at the players who are in this new team, because again, some team which is already playing, we kind of have an idea what players are going to play in that team, so we know how to prepare for that. But when if a new team comes, there's always the question of let's look at the roster. So
when you see my roster also, most of the people don't recognize those names. Okay, but when you go in their records,
phenomenal records.
phenomenal. I have that almost every player already played 5 to 10 years the cricket life, so they know what to do on the field.
Perfect. So yeah, but I mean, I of course took a look at your roster too, right, when the tournament started. I did recognize a few names. So tell me about some of the players which, like, may not, a lot of the people might not know, but you might know them personally and they could perform really well for you. Because when I look at this roster, I recognize some of the players which I played with before. I played with Sudha before. I know he's going to do well. Satish is obviously one of the, OG players. He has been playing for long years. Everybody knows about. Sai Pratap is going to perform. We have like very good, like, known players. Mohan, of course, from Marvel's team. Tell me about a couple of players who we might not know about, but you think are going to be, the key for your team's success this season.
Yeah, before that, I want to tell, not the roster which I have, as you know, like, those came, the couple of them, like, 3 to 4 people, or like, 5 to 6 people, players are new.
Okay.
They came to Michigan, and a couple of them are, so I don't even know how they play also. Okay, but when I see on the field, they are awesome.
Okay.
For if you see Rao Ganta, he is a very experienced guy in my roster.
Okay.
He has a lot of experience. He played a lot of games. When you name it, he had played that tournament.
Perfect. Okay.
So he is a guy who to watch out to anyone else.
Okay.
And Pradeep and Pratap,
Yes,
what they can do.
exactly, yep,
What
yep.
they can do. Anytime they can change the game, and at any moment. And with Satish, he's doing the captaincy from a long time. If he's on the field, he will help every player what to do next. I have all mixture of players with fresh to experienced one.
Perfect. Yeah.
So that makes good at my team.
No, 100% agree. I mean, for a team, I think again, Michigan Cup is not like a weekend tournament or something that immediately everybody can perform. You need a big roster, a good roster with experience and youth to get to the championship round. But it looks like you guys have all bases covered on that.
Yeah, and also whenever I play, like MI Rangers, I used to play before MI Rangers. Used to play for Indus. Those guys called me and said, "Hey, Chetu, you form a team, right? If you need, I will come."
Okay.
See, that's how the connection is. Like, cricket is a connection where you never lose it.
100%.
After 10 years also, you recognize that person and you will find it.
No, I agree with you. Yep.
That's the reason, like, my roster is full.
100% agree. I mean, like I said, like you need cricket kind of brings all the community together. That's the reason we all play. So when that's the basis of your team, I think it'll be a good team moving forward.
And I also want to shout out to Mohan. I didn't even know him before. Okay. Because I don't play t-ball. I don't know. He just called me and he said, I can play. So just I thought like he's a new person.
Yeah.
When I see him bowling, he's something else, magical bowler.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
he's also need to watch out for any other team too if they are playing against us.
Oh, 100% again. I don't think nobody's not going to watch out for Mohan. Mohan has been
Yeah.
playing for a very long time. I think
Right.
anytime he's in the roster, a lot of people do watch out for his batting and bowling.
That's right.
So let me get to a little bit of a rapid fire with you. I think I've got a few questions over here.
Sure.
Again, no hesitation. Just name one player which is going to come, is from your team.
I'm blow.
Yeah,
I will be
exactly.
bold.
Just yeah. So let's go with it. I think the number one is going to be one player who's going to break out this season as the best player for you potentially.
This is the start of the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing like Bipin will make a big score
Okay.
coming matches, and also Pradeep.
Okay,
He
you
will,
got to
yeah.
Perfect,
These two
perfect.
guys, I'm expecting more from them. So
Okay. So which player in your team is most likely to be late to the game?
it's straight answer, Pradeep.
Perfect. We'll see if we can get a reply from Pradeep on this
Yeah.
show if he's
he
watching.
also know about it, so he will not talk about it.
No comments. All right.
Yeah.
So which player on your team is going to argue with the umpires the most?
This is the first game so far. Like what I observed in the first game is like Bipin is little little
Aggressive.
he's always appeal for that, but
Okay.
it's good. Someone has to be there.
Of course. Every team needs a
yeah.
person who's gonna
He's so in the field. He's very active. That helps. Sometimes when decisions are not about in flavors, they have some people should be shouting there.
100% agree.
At least next decision will be good.
will be in your favor. 100% agree. The next question I have for you is which player on your team is gonna give you availability the first? Always the first person is like yes, I'm in.
Satish.
Satish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. he checks his schedule, and he always on it.
On it.
Whenever,
Perfect. Very nice. I mean, again, when you have a blend of those players, it kind of definitely helps.
And also, I want to shout out for Subhash also. He
Okay.
is also doing very great in the bowling department. He is changing the stats of wherever you want to fit him. He never asks a question, and he will come to the ball.
Oh, 100%. I think if I remember it correctly, I think last 1 or 2 years, I think Subhash was the highest wicket taker in Michigan Cup or something like that. I remember
didn't
that.
even
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. I think if I'm,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
maybe you can
that's true,
correct
that's
me
true.
later, but I think that is
I
correct.
came to
So-
know about that.
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
He's always in the list.
He's
Yeah,
always in the
always
list of the
That's
highest
right.
wicket
Yeah,
takers, so he'll always be a part of that.
That's true.
I think my last question for you regarding your team perspective is like from your pool, when you look at it, I'm going to keep your team aside, of course, thinking they're going to make the playoffs. If you had to pick 3 other teams which are going to make the playoffs from your pool, who would you pick to be there?
When I see the first matches, like I didn't even see Detroit Chargers had a game till now. But keeping aside of that, by seeing the game, I think MI Monsters.
Okay.
I think Hurricanes
Okay.
and Compounds.
Combins
Yeah, these 3 teams maybe in the playoffs with me.
with you. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. 100%. That is, thank you so much for, like I said, like giving a little bit of introduction about your team and your players. Like I said, when a new team comes in, a lot of the players watching or playing might not have an idea, but I think you giving us a little bit insight in your team definitely helps. So I think the next thing I want to talk about is let's talk about some of the games which happened this week, right? I mean, like I said, this was a very, very interesting week of events in Michigan Cup. One of the games, 160 was chased. One of the other games, like 78 or something, was defended. It was a very well fought week. So let's get into some of the weeks with our experts over here to see where we land. So the first game we're going to be talking about is going to be the Nizamabad Farmers and the Michigan Monsters. A great win for Michigan Monsters over here. I think in a prediction last week, I think both the experts also predicted that Michigan Monsters are going to get the win on this one. On the back of, Chanakya getting a brilliant 50. Everybody knows the kind of player he is. But let's start with you on this, Nishant. What were your observations from this game on this week?
Yeah, so straight up, kudos to the team for chasing 103 outdoors. That's a great feat. And before talking about Chanakya's 50, I want to talk about Nizamabad Farmers. 13 overs, 38 for 6. Recovering from that and scoring 103 on the board, that also is a very good achievement. And from there, they had the bowling to defend, but Chanakya single-handedly stole the show. And to score 51 runs in a chase is a good thing, and he's the reason they won the game.
100% agree with you.
When there is a player like turn out the matches, watch out to Chanakya. He did for so many times.
100%, yes.
I see him doing.
Yeah,
it
I mean, this is
repeatedly.
not the first time.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was the performer of the
Yeah,
game also
yeah.
in this week. This is not the first time. It won't
Yeah.
definitely won't be the last time also. So
Yes.
it's definitely a player to watch out for other teams moving. So let's move to the second game of this week. We're going to be talking about your game over here with Keys with Krishna versus Fearless 11. You guys got your first win of the season. And again, looking at that, I mean, it might look like 78 should have been a easy walk in the park, but that's not going to be the case with Fearless 11. They'll always fight for everyone. They'll all every run. They're always in the game until the last minute. That's what it looks like, right? It took you 18 overs. Of course, on Bipin got good runs for you on the back of Rao getting a couple of 20s in there. But give me your version of you were on the pitch playing the game. What was your observations from this game?
First of all, on the day, the wind is against.
Okay.
So the first win, we won the toss, and the decision we made is to ball first.
Okay.
That's make our win more comfortably. I shot out with the Fearless 11 because they are young lads. All are young lads. I see they have a lot of potential.
Yep.
Moving forward, they can give any surprise in the coming matches. I personally I see the bowler like Manoj, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Manoj, yeah, fast bowler.
He has a lot of knowledge of the game. What I observed on the
Okay.
game, he has a lot of knowledge. He know what to do next. If one bowler supported him in the bit like in 15 or 16, we may fumble.
Okay.
They lose two overs, and they don't have the bowlers
To support Manoj.
Manoj. That time they lost the match.
I understand. Yeah.
But the thing is, I said, we have a experienced squad in the and we didn't even introduce that batting Pratap is not batted.
Okay.
Vayati is not batted. So we had confidence that we will win it. So we were trying all the players in this game.
No, 100%. I think, like I
Yeah.
said, Fearless 11, with my experience with them, they are very good team, very energetic
That's
team. So getting a win against them on the board is good way to start the season off. Nishan, what were your observations from this game?
Yeah, and Krishna, if you didn't know, they won Winter Trophy contenders.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
So they are a solid team.
Oh, that's
And so for a new team like you to get a win against them is a very nice confidence boost. And again, looking at that, your bowling, right? 72 for 6, and then you got them all out for 78.
Yeah.
So I think those 4 wickets where you were able to control runs also helped you a lot, I guess.
The twist is the Pratap overs, the 4 overs, they didn't even get runs.
Okay,
So
okay.
they turned the match. So the Pratap, the Pratap,
Yeah,
how
yes,
he
yes,
is
yes.
good. When you get maiden overs in between, the opposition team will try to open up and lose the
Right.
wickets. So we utilize those, and I'll give more credit to Pratap for that lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see his figures reflect that. 2 maidens.
Exactly. I mean,
In a
in
4-hour
outdoor,
spell.
it's always tough.
That's,
So
yeah. So yeah, I think it was a good chase from your team also. So yeah.
Yeah, I said right, Rao Aganta, he's a so experienced buddy, so he handled very well pressure, and he support the support from Bipin also. I didn't expect because I didn't know about his batting at all, but he played fantastic.
perfect. Yeah, I think I guess a great start for the season for you guys. Moving on to game 3, we're going to be talking about the Canton Knights versus the Hurricanes. Nishant, we're going to start with you on this one. Your
Yeah, so I
observations
have
on
a
this.
title for this game. I'm going to call this the recovery match of the week.
Oh, wow.
So we've been talking about how teams have stumbled and recovered in the first 2 games. In this, both the teams did that.
Yep, exactly.
Canton Knights batting first, 39 for 8, and they ended up scoring 83. And then chasing, Hurricanes were 29 for 7, and then they ended up chasing the score with 2 overs, almost 1.5 overs to spare. So I think this speaks volumes about how both the teams have good middle order and lower middle order players who can absorb the pressure and get the game going. Because any team 39 for 8, you'll probably go into a shell, you'll try to just play out the overs or whatnot. But I think they tried to put up a good fighting score. Outdoors, 83 is not a bad score. if you have decent bowling. But Hurricanes also, and looks like they got 7 wickets down, but then they were Hurricanes also had good composure to ace the chase, like I would
Yeah, the
say.
patience wins. This T-ball. You need more patience than leather ball.
Yes,
When you
yes.
compare,
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I had the first-hand experience of this because we were supposed to play the game after they were playing, and as soon as 7 wickets left, we started warming up, and we were warming up for the next 30-40 minutes. So because we thought the game, it's 7 wickets down, we should be
Yeah.
getting into the field pretty soon. But it was an amazing recovery and a win for the Hurricanes team, and then they took without losing a wicket. After that, they went on to win the game. So yeah, brilliant performances from them in this game. Let's move on to the fourth game of this week, which was the Combins versus the Canton Fighters. I'll start with you on this one, Nishant. What are your insights from this one?
Yeah, I think, no offense to any team, but I think this was the first one-sided game, I would say. Combans batting first. Again, they are relatively a new team, I think, who started maybe 2 tournaments back. And looks like they have a solid core, and the same team has been kind of playing for the third tournament now. And looks like they have a great opener, Prabhat. I've played with him. He's a very classical guy who plays superb, and he can play throughout. He can play 20 overs. So that's a great addition for them this season. And down the order, they have Ramsey, who actually played really well out of his skins to score 38 balls, 48 runs. And I think that was the defining innings for that team, and they scored 144 runs. And when chasing, fighters could not get anything going. And but one thing to note was, looks like Combans tried out many bowlers, but they did concede a lot of extras. So I think that is something that they might want to look out for in the next games.
Perfect. And again, I was looking at that also. You see that Ramsey obviously got a 50 and a couple of wickets. Also, he has been playing in Michigan for a very long time. T-ball doesn't matter. He's always been a good performer. So when you have those kind of performances and you get like almost 250 scores in the same game, it's really hard to beat a team when two of the batsmen perform that way. So yeah, exactly right. So yeah, brilliant performances from them. So that was the 4 games we wanted to review this week, and like I said, we're going to take a quick break over here. We're going to be on the other side of this break. We're going to go through some of the other games this week and have predictions for the games following also this week. So I will see you on the other side of this break. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So like I said, in the first section, we spoke about the predictions for the week 1, and we had a little bit, talk with the captain of the Keys with Krishna. In the next section, we have Kamal back on the show again. Thank you so much, Kamal, for being back on the show. And I want to keep moving ahead with some of the predictions, some of the review of the games, right? Like I think we were just talking about this week had some really good games, some really high chases, low scores dependent, and an insane, what was the word for it? When the Troy Hawks won the game against them, that was like nobody saw that coming. So like some insane games this week. So we want to review all of those. So let's move forward with it. The game 5 we have on our agenda today is the Michigan Knights versus the Sluggers. So again, Michigan Knights, when they any team gets to a score of 120 or above outdoors, it's always going to be a tough chase. But I think they did really well defending that and getting 79 all out for Sluggers. I think it was a great performance from the Michigan Knights. So Nishant, what are your observations from this game?
Yeah, so Michigan Knights, usually they are a very good bowling side. They are a very good performing team. Again, they kind of maintain the same core throughout different tournaments. And one thing that I noticed from this game was they had 7 batsmen and then they had bowlers. 10 of them performed individually.
Okay.
So that kind of tells what a complete team performance this was. Everyone contributed, and that's the reason they had this dominating win against a good side of Sluggers.
Perfect. Kamal, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so this is like a sort of upset, I can say, because I predicted Sluggers. So Sluggers lost the game. And it seems like it's a one-way traffic there. The main reason is the opening partnership, like MI Knight started on a really good note. So once you have the sort of 40-50 run partnership to start with, it's always the chasing team has to do all their best to catch up, right? So it's more of a catch up game for Sluggers after initial partnership for MI Knight. So yeah, but great performance in the end. They did well with the bowling as well, ball as well. So almost like 40 plus run win is not easy, especially the T20 game 40 plus runs is a lot of scores. So 45 in the end. So yeah, I mean, I can say Sluggers need to perform much better than this. So for the future, but yeah, MI Knights, yeah, they did good job. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think Sluggers, we know that they're much more potential than this. So the next team, whoever they're going to be playing, they should watch out. They're going to come back, even stronger than they did this week. So let's move on to the 6th game of this week. We're going to be talking about the Royal Challengers Detroit taking on the Falcons 11. Nishant, will start with you on this one. What are your observations from this one?
Yeah, again, RCD Royal Challengers had a good start. Their top 3 performed, and the second wicket they had 50 runs plus partnership, and I think that was the foundation. And Prateek was able to continue throughout the innings, and that's why they ended up scoring 126 runs. Again, Abhi mentioned 120 plus is always a tough ask outdoors in Michigan, but Falcons did start really well. First half they were on par to chase the target, but I think there was a bit of a second half collapse. But this was one of the closer games this week, and both teams actually performed really well.
What about you, Kamal? What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so this one is as per my prediction of last week. So RCD and Falcons 11 both are equal match teams. I think one favor happened for RCD is batting first, especially 7 p.m. games. Chasing is not easy, so especially that dim light and all that period. But like Falcons did really well, scoring 100 plus runs. Like they could have done better with the ball, then they could have had a better chance. So yeah, it's a sort of a learning curve, I guess. So especially 7 p.m. games, so the bowling team always needs to have limit the runs first.
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, I think everybody knows DSP1 and DSP3 is always going to be either batting or bowling. That's going to be the key. But I think again teams are getting used to it now. Hopefully eventually that will not be the issue or something like that. But yeah, let's move on to the 7th game of this week. This was kind of the game of the week, right? I mean, at least that's what I thought when I saw the scorecard. Michigan Avengers getting 161 and Stingers chasing it down on the last ball. Again, last week on this very show, we spoke about the experience the Stingers team brings with all the players they have. And when your team is, trying to chase 160 down, yes, you need explosive players, but also need experience to combine with that to chase that score down. Kamal, what were your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, so Stingers playing for the 4 or 5 seasons now, there is no change in their attitude or the way they perform on the field. So it's no surprise for me. That's what I think I predicted as well. So I think they performed on the same line. So, but chasing 160 on any given day, it's not easy. To start with, Michigan Avengers did a terrific job scoring 160 plus. I think Gaurav throughout the innings, and there are a couple of cameos, Raghav and Roshan. So they did really good to support him, and scoring 160 is like sort of 90% job done. But Stingers, they play positive. They are aggressive. They have, especially the Hari, the way he plays, like he's one of the elegant six hitters. So when as long as he's there, it becomes very easy to chase, right? So I think he scored some useful 30, but other like Kumaresh, also similar player like Hari, so he is also a very attacking, very positive player. Vaibhav is sort of a rotation player. So yeah, seems like the middle order are like to start with. They scored the useful partnership, so that's where they came close to the target, and I think that whoever finished the game, so they did a job to finishing, especially the last ball of the game. So when 2 runs needed for the last ball, I think that's sort of a nail-biting game. So yeah, congratulations to Stingers, Michigan Avengers. Hard luck. You just need to perform the same level. I'm sure you'll get the success as well. Yeah.
What about you, Nishant? What was this your the game of the week?
Yes, so that is what I had. So for me, this is the game of the week. So scoring 160, that itself is like more than half the game done. But Stingers stuck in, and 10 overs 72 going really well, and then that's where Hari came in and he gave that push, and in the next 4 overs they scored 50 runs, and I think that was the game defining period, and Hari's innings was the crucial part here, and but still the game went down to the wire. 6 runs required of the last over, 4 runs of the first 3 balls, 2 runs to win, and then there was a wicket, panic, last ball victory. I think this is a victory that Stingers are going to remember for a very long time. And one point to note, again, maybe extras cost the game for Michigan Avengers. A little more disciplined. Maybe they could have, kept a target of like 8-9 runs in the last over. Could have been a different story. But no doubts, this is a game for Stingers. They're going to remember it for their life.
Yeah, 100% agree. Again, like having played in Michigan for a very long time, and like on 160 chase is not something which happens every week or happens very often or something. So this will definitely be people are going to remember this game.
I'm not sure about the stats, but probably this maybe the outdoor especially, right?
Yeah,
so the biggest chase, I guess.
Chase.
I would not be surprised.
I would not be surprised either. So when we move to the 8th game of this week, we saw the Braves take on the Spartans, with the Spartans getting the win by 6 wickets. Kamal, I'll start with you on this one. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so the Braves, right? So yeah, Braves always has this batting issue, so they need to fix it. I think that's what most of the predictions was. Spartans supposed to get the easy win, but in the end, I think they fought well with the bowling, Braves. So they did well with defending 59-56, take it to the 17th over is a good effort. There were some good bowling performances, but Spartans' point of view, the winners, right? So Sachal is such a terrific bowler. We all know that how good he is, how hard to score, and even not to get out of him. I think there is one more bowler. I think Abhinav Cholit. Yeah, he did well to start with. So I think the initial wickets. So that's where the most of like Aman are the top order wickets. So that's when they are in defensive. But from 25 for 6 to scoring 56. Braves did little bit of recovery, but that is nowhere close to what needed. At least 80 you need to at least have a chance. Yeah, I mean, as expected, Spartans won comfortably, even though took a little longer than expected. Yeah.
What about you, Nishant? What did you think of this one?
Yeah, again, Spartans, we all know how good of a team they are, and to put up such a game against Braves, good. It's a good start for them. The key point that I observed in this game was dot balls. Both the teams bowled a lot of dot balls, which is good from a bowler's point. So this was a pure bowler's game. Braves, when they were batting, Spartans bowled 75 dot balls, and Braves bowled 70 dot balls in that chase. So
good
I think,
analysis.
yeah. So I think this is the bowler's game for this week.
No, 100% agree. I mean, again, that's a great stat from you. I didn't realize that 70 and 75%, like, dot balls is a huge number of dot balls, irrespective of, what ball you're playing with or anything like that. So I think that basically was the defining point of this game.
Yes.
Perfect. So we're going to take another quick break here, guys. On the other side of this break, we're going to talk about the rest of the games which happened over this week, and we're going to finally get to the predictions for the following week. We have a packed schedule, this week also. So see us on the other side of this break. We'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back to CricSwitch, presented by Farmington Cricket Club. So we're going to talk about the 4 remaining games of this weekend quickly, and then we're going to move on to the predictions for the next following week. So the remaining game, the match 9 of this week, was the Giants versus the Warriors game. So Nishant, what are your thoughts and analysis from this game?
Yeah, so Giants, they constructed their innings really well despite a slow power play. So, and I think that is because of Mohan Jade's innings. He played, I think, throughout the middle overs. So they started off with 17 runs in the power play, and then they progressed well, 10 overs 50, and then finished with 111. So I think that is a very good way to construct an innings in T-ball in an outdoor game. And then Warriors chasing. There was a collapse at the start, but they had a late fight, but it was too late. So it was a good straight up victory for Giants. They're a team to watch out.
What about you, Kamal? What were your
so the
insights
last
on
week
this?
my prediction was on Warriors, so I'm wrong on this. So I was just analyzing, where I went wrong, right, as a analyst. So yeah, I mean, James did a really good job. So they're very constructive, as Nishant said, their innings was they're looking on those partnerships and they keep building the innings. So that was a good performance on them. But when there is an opportunity for Warriors, especially when 6 wickets are down, when Mahesh Babu Mandalapu onto the field, right? So that is the time probably they could have got the upper hand, but Warriors, but like that partnership with Mahesh and I think Mohan, so they like 30-run partnership in like very short span. I think that is where I think score got over 100. So when scoring more than 100 chasing is always difficult, I think that is where Warriors stumble. But yeah, I mean, like still it's a little bit close game, and also one key player is missing for Warriors. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, like Giants with a good performance. So I think they can do well if they maintain this sort of a strategy and composure. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, like I said, a great performance by Mohan on this one. I think, like I said, Michigan Cup, a lot of the times, you know, the bowlers kind of get the man of the match performances because of the point system and how it works. But good to see some of the batsmen, you know, getting the man of the match performances also. So we're going to move to the next game. We're going to be talking about the Karnataka Warriors versus the Michigan Mavericks. This game, I think both Kamal and KK had predicted is going to be, you know, probably a one-sided game, but looks like that's the way it's turned out also. Kamal, what are your...
Yeah, I mean, the Karnataka Warriors is team to beat, you know, so we all know that. And even we think like it's a challengers team, not a contenders team, but that's okay. So it's we will see, you know, how far until they hit the bigger opposition or stronger opposition. So Mavericks try to do their best. I think they need to improve a lot, especially with the bowling department, so that they'll have a better chance. So yeah, I think they learned their lessons and probably come up strong with the next game. Okay, so from Mavericks point of view.
What do you think, Nishant? Again, I know it looks like, you know, it was a one-sided game, but what are your thoughts on this one?
So a solid 10 on 10 from Karnataka Warriors. You know, they just stepped in. They didn't put any step wrong after that. Hitesh had a strong bowling performance. Asanka had a very good batting outing, and overall, there's nothing much to tell. They had a very good game. So again, they are the team to beat.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've said this last week also that they are going to be the team to beat. But again, they cannot take it for granted, and that's exactly what they did, right? I mean, you expect them to win, they have to perform that way, and that's exactly what they did. So when you look at that bowling performance, that kind of what struck out to me, the fact that, you know, each bowler has bowled two overs and each of them has conceded two runs and stuff like that. That's like magical figures for a bowler, but for this team, that's like almost a consistent performance. So I think it's a brilliant performance from them. So the second last match we're going to be talking about is going to be the Fighters versus SSK game. Fighters obviously got to a good score of 128. Again, we've spoken about this multiple times. Any score above 120 is going to be hard chase. Looks like SSK came up a little short on that. So Nishant, what are your insights from this one?
So yeah, Fighters again, they are one of the teams that maintain like the same unit throughout so many years now. So they have a good bond between them. They are a good team. And that reflects on the scorecard as well, you know, like pretty much everyone contributed with the bat or with the ball. A very nice team performance. And SSK also, they were in the chase. Their middle order came up well, and they fell short by 20 runs, but it was a close enough game. So I don't think SSK should take anything bad, but I think they are also a good team. They will come back hard, and Fighters, they are a very nice team in the Challengers division.
What about you, Kamal? This was one of your teams. You said Fighters is probably going to make the playoffs this year in Michigan Cup. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think I predicted SSK as part of my prediction last week. I think the way game went towards Fighters, especially with their batting. So it's again 7 p.m. game. So batting first is always have that advantage. So I think they scored 120. That's what, whenever you have the batting first in the 7 p.m. game, you need to score that like 100 mark. So then you will have very good chance of winning the game. So SSK, I think their magical spinner Priyesh did a little bit of work in the middle. But to start with, I think they lost the momentum. And Fighters were really good what they're doing, especially Vijay Gangaya is like class player.
Yep.
And they have they keep having this attack, right? So attacking mindset. So they keep scoring runs in the good strike rate. So they got above par score of 128. So again, SSK tried their bit, but 128 is a bit too much, I guess, especially under lights after 8:39
100%
for batsmen. So scoring 100 is a good achievement, but I'm sure that they will come back strong in the future games. Yeah.
100% agree. I think we spoke about the Fighters team last week also, that they recently won the Spring Cup contenders. You said that was the first tournament they had won in a very long time. So I think having that win, I think propels them into the next tournament. They're going to continue that momentum. So definitely in the Challengers division, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. So the last game I want to talk about, I feel, is going to be the big upset win of this week, which is going to be the Troy Hawks versus Phoenix Reds, and the Troy Hawks getting a win against the Phoenix Reds. So I think I'll start with Kamal on this one. So Kamal,
Yep.
what do you think of this one?
Phoenix Reds versus Troy Hawks game, the underdogs, right? I mean, I think I put like little post as well on this. So Phoenix Red is I think prediction point of view I put on Phoenix Reds because of the history, 4-time champions, and also the team they got, like all the champion players and all. But like and again, this is a 7 p.m. game. So Troy Hawks, they're bowling first. They restricted Phoenix Reds for 88 runs. That is a great achievement. Especially Kaushik. The key to control Kaushik is not hitting sixers. So he's not a great runner between the wickets. So as long as you keep him not hitting sixers, so he struggles, right? He struggle in the sense like the strike rate point of view. So I think 12 balls, 10 runs with 1/6 is not up to his standard. So obviously that's where I think power play went on, and then I think their bowling is really good. Troy Hawks, I played a couple of times, so they're underdogs. So but their team. The team is much gelled, and like they're playing in multiple tournaments with a similar set of players. So and when it comes to the batting, Shashank Gaud is when chasing 88 under lights is not easy again. Phoenix Reds, right? So Shashank, he gave a few chances, I guess, which they missed out. But scoring 50 on any day, whatever chances, right? It's a great achievement. So in the end, the game was tense. After 8 wickets, they're able to chase. Still 1 over left, but it's a really good performance from Troy Hawks. So you can expect similar, a few more upsets. I cannot say upsets anymore because they proved hitting the big team like Phoenix Reds. So it's going to be interesting challenges across the tournament going forward because of Troy Hawks did really well now. Yeah.
Perfect. Naveen, we're going to talk with your view. What are your thoughts on this one with Shashank's getting a brilliant 50 again? Chasing on 90, getting a 50, almost more than 50% of the runs he has got for the team. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, so Phoenix Reds, they are perennial winners. They play every Michigan Cup with just one aim to outright win the tournament.
Yes.
And first game, this performance, Troy Hawks will take a lot of confidence going into the tournament. And two things about Troy Hawks: their bowling, their bowlers, everyone clicked. Everyone taking 2 wickets apiece, and overall it was a one-man show from Shashank. Scoring 50 runs, as Abhi mentioned, more than 50% of the runs in an 89 chase with more than 100 strike rate. That's really good. And he also picked up 2 wickets for 5 runs. So that's a complete performance from him that helped Troy Hawks with this win. And again, as I mentioned, I think Troy Hawks are going to take a lot of confidence from this game, and I am backing them to go long in this tournament. But Phoenix Reds, again, they are the team to beat. They are the clear favorites. We'll see.
Perfect, guys. So again, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to analyze each team, analyze each game which happened this week, and giving you insights on that. I'm sure the people watching and all the I really appreciate it and get some insights from this. So we're going to move on to the next section of our program, which is going to be talking about the games in the next week. Again, we have I think games start from Friday this week, so we have a bunch of games. Let's go through some of these games to see what the experts think about which team's chances, and get some predictions like we did last week. So the first game we're going to be talking about this week is going to be the Thunderbolts versus SSK. So I think I'll start with Kamal on this one. What are your predictions for this game, and who do you think is going to be winning this one?
Yeah, Thunderbolts is the first game. SSK already played a game last week, so I may have to go with SSK this game because they already sort of played a game and they got a little bit of a touch with the game. So yeah, SSK.
So I'm gonna go for Thunderbolts. Again, I like that team a lot. They play as a unit across different tournaments, so I'm backing Thunderbolts for this game.
Perfect. The next game we have is again two of the winners from last week. It's going to be a tough game between Fighters and Troy Hawks, both coming off very good, very impressive wins. So what do you think, Kamal? Which way is this one going to go?
This is very tight to predict. So my prediction record was not great last week. But Fighters and Troy Hawks both won last week. So I probably go with Fighters this week, even though like Tri-Hawks had a big upset win. So the Fighters, throughout the, throughout the team, everybody performed. In Tri-Hawks, especially batting, other than couple of performances, not fully team performance, I feel. So that's the reason I go with the Fighters this week. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Nishan?
I was truly 50-50 on this game, but just for entertainment purposes, I'm going to go for Troy Hawks.
Troy Hawks, all right.
No, your record will come.
That's why.
You had to go with.
I think both of you guys are going to have a very good. I think both of you are picking different teams in this one, so it'll be interesting to see the record at the end of this week. So I think the next game we're going to be talking about is the Nizamabad Farmers and Keys with Krishna. So I think Nishant will start with you on this one. Who are you going with on this one?
So I'm going for Keys with Krishna. I think their experience is going to help them a lot in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think where the captain was here also, I think he specifically mentioned, a lot of the players in their team have a lot of experience. They played a lot of games, and again, in Michigan Cup, in big tournaments, in big games, you need that experienced players to win you the games. So I think they have that. So what do you think, Kamal, on this one?
Keys with Krishna played with Fearless 11 last week. So Nizamabad Farmers is similar team, little more experienced than the youthfulness point of view. Last week I think they missed Suman, Nizamabad Farmers, so he could have made little difference. But I still I go with the Keys with Krishna this time.
Perfect. I think finally we both got one of them, picking the same team. So the next game we have on this week's schedule is going to be the Michigan Avengers versus the Falcons 11. I'll start with Kamal on this one. What are your predictions for this one?
Again, the tough one, right? So this is evenly matched teams. Both are playing Michigan Cup for a long time. So Michigan Avengers batting is good. Bowling, they could not defend 160. There are like 6-7 no balls and things like that, extras and all. Falcons 11 conceded more than 100, and but this still came close to chasing. So I probably go with the Falcons 11. Yeah.
Perfect. What about you, Nishan? Which way are you leaning on this one?
So again, I'm predicting a very close game, a high-scoring close game, and I'm also leaning towards Falcons.
Okay.
I think Falcons. I'm hoping they're going to win this game.
I hope so too. But we're going to move on to the next game on this schedule, which we have is going to be the Warriors versus the Stingers. I'll start with Nishant on this one. The Stingers coming off an impressive win. You think they're going to continue that streak, or I think the Warriors are going to put their first win of the season?
Yeah, so I think Warriors missed out on a couple of players in the first game. So if they're going to play, then it's going to be Warriors. So I'm backing Warriors to win
The
this
Warriors
game.
to go with this one, okay. What about you, Kamal? Which way are you leaning on this one?
Warriors versus Stingers. Stingers we can never underestimate. But as Warriors, especially the one main player didn't play. Had that played, he could have been. So I go with Warriors. Yes.
Oh, perfect. All right.
3 back-to-back.
So it's all same. Okay.
All the same. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break over here. Again, on the other side of this break, we have a few more games we're going to predict. And again, like we said, we have a little bit questions for you also. So come back, join us on the other side of this break, and we'll see you in a minute. back to the show. So I think I'd mentioned in last week's show that we're going to have a weekly contest for all the viewers and the people watching this show, that, you know, I'm going to ask a few questions during this segment and the next segment, where we're going to have a little bit of a prediction, like a contest for the viewers watching. So please go ahead, if you want to, you know, participate in this contest, please go ahead and post your answers in the comment section. We're going to, you know, take a look at those results after the game, and we're going to have a leaderboard with all the players and their points and everything. And at the end of the Michigan Cup, we're going to have, you know, rewards for them up to $300. So again, most of you guys love, you know, prediction games. Most of you guys love watching these games. So please go ahead and send us your answers, and we're going to tally those up and give you a leaderboard by next week. So let's move on with some of the predictions we have for this week. So in the next couple of games we're going to be talking about is going to be the Michigan Mavericks versus Spartans. Kamala, what are your thoughts on the Michigan Mavericks versus Spartans?
Yeah, Spartans is supposed to be the winner. That's my choice. Mavericks, they need to perform much better to, you know, make it upset. So yeah, I mean, Spartans.
Spartans with Spartans. All right. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Spartans. This is the game that Michigan Mavericks, if they really perform, they can win, but I'm leaning towards Spartans.
Spartans, I understand. All right, so the next game we're going to be talking about is the Karnataka Warriors versus the Giants. What do you think, Kamal? The Karnataka Warriors are going to continue their form, or do you think they'll upset on the cards?
Yeah, Giants, I mean, they're a really good team. You know, they, like, you know, it's similar to Hawks, at least half of the team. So they're going to give a big fight. It's not going to be easy win like last week for Karnataka Warriors, but yeah, Karnataka Warriors supposed to win this game, yes.
What about you, Nishan? Which way are you leaning on this one?
So for me, I'm leaning towards Karnataka Warriors. This game, I feel it's going to be contest between Giants bowling versus Karnataka Warriors batting. I think that's something to look out for.
Perfect. So this is going to be the first question based on this game this week. So the first question to the viewers, people watching, is going to be which team's bowler is going to get the most wickets. So you don't have to comment which bowler or something. Just your prediction is which team's bowler is going to get the most number of wickets in this game. So please go ahead and comment your answers in the comment section, and we will, like I said, keep all the track of these answers and get back to you with the leaderboard next week. So we're going to move along with the rest of the games this week. The next game we have on our schedule is going to be the Braves versus Royal Challengers Detroit. So I'll go with you, Nishant, on this one. Which way do you think this game is going?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Royal Challengers.
Royal Challengers getting a second win on a row?
Yes.
100%. Any reason for that, or what do you think of this
Again,
game?
they are a team that performs really well as a unit. Their bowling clicks, their batting clicks, and I think that's going to be the main reason. Braves, they have a very good bowling. Their bowling is solid, but their batting has always been up and down. So that's why I feel RCD has an edge over
on
Braves.
that. Perfect. What about you, Kamal? Which way are you thinking this one is going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to comment, but
yes.
yeah, because I might play for Braves. But
No, okay, I agree with you.
Braves has to do much better to beat, like compared to last week. But again, it's a 7 p.m. game, so if toss is critical, if they get little lucky on the toss, at least they have a better chance of winning. But otherwise, RCD is win. I go.
I guess we'll just let's just say you have no opinion on this game. So good luck to the game for you on this one. So we're going to move on. The next game we have on our schedule is Canton Fighters versus the Hurricanes. So Nishant, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Hurricanes. Very experienced team. Most of their team consists of experienced T-ball players who play across all the leagues in Michigan. So I'm going to go for Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, okay. What about you, Kamal? Which way are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, Hurricanes. Yep.
Hurricanes. Yeah, I think, like I said, both these teams have been very good team, but Hurricanes, just the way they fought in that previous game, I think being 7 wickets down and still managing to win the game, that kind of gives the edge to them a little bit. So the next game we have on the schedule is the Detroit Chargers and Michigan Knights. Kamal, I'll start with you on this one.
Detroit Chargers and Michigan Knights, right? So
I think this is
Michigan
the
Knights
first game
won the
for
last.
Chargers, I think.
Yeah, Chargers first game. Michigan Knights they already won. They're in high on confidence. Yeah, Detroit Chargers also very good team. But I might go with my Knights this time. Last time I was not, but this time yes.
Picking with them. All right. What about you, Nishant?
So yeah, again, this is a 4 p.m. game. So I think it's going to be a very good game, close game. And again, I think it's going to be a battle between Detroit Chargers batting versus MI Knights bowling. 50-50, I'm going to go towards Chargers.
Chargers,
Yeah.
okay. All right, perfect. So this is where we get the second question for the viewers over here. This is going to be based on this game, Detroit Chargers versus the Michigan Knights. The second question for the viewers is going to be, which team in this game is going to get the most boundaries? This is going to include 4s and 6s. So which team is going to get the most number of boundaries in this game? Comment your predictions in the comment below. And like I said, repeating this again, we're going to have a leaderboard and then have prizes for you at the end of the season of Michigan Cup, up to $300. So please go ahead and send us your replies, and we'll send you a leaderboard by the end of the week. So we're going to take a quick break on this one. So like I said, we have about 5-6 games more to predict. We have one more question left for the viewers to answer. That's going to be the 3 questions for this week for you. And on the other side of this break, we're going to review those 5 remaining games and get into the team of the week. I'm sure you guys are waiting to see who the team of the week is going to be this week. So wait for us on the other side of this break for that. Hey guys, welcome back to the last segment of our show. We have 5 more games left to predict on this week's schedule, so let's get quickly into them. So I think the next game on the schedule is going to be the Canton Knights versus the Commons. What are your thoughts on this one?
Again, I feel that it's going to be a very close game. Commons going to take a lot of positives from their first game, but I think I'm going to give the edge to Canton Knights.
Canton Knights, okay.
Yeah.
Kamal, what are your insights on this one? Which way are you going with this one?
Again, it's a tight game. So there are a couple of key performers in Canton Knights. How they're going to fire, we're not sure. But Combans, on little high on performance. Confidence with the last week game. So I might go with the Combans this time.
Commons this time, perfect. We have the next game of the week is going to be the Michigan Monsters versus the Fearless 11. So Nishant, which way are you leaning on this one?
I'm going to go with Monsters. new team relatively, but most of their players have played T-ball throughout.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to give an edge to them.
No, I agree. I mean, I think once a team performs the way they did, with the Chanakya getting 50 and stuff like that, it almost makes you want to pick them for next week also. What do you think, Kamal? Which way are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be more competitive game. Fearless 11, I think first game they missed Meet Patel. I think he didn't play. Still, they have a good team. So, yeah, I mean, experience and team matching point of view, Monsters are better team. I'll go with Monsters. Yeah.
Monsters. All right. So we're getting into some challenges division games over here. The Phoenix Reds versus the Panthers. It's going to be a big game again. What do you think, Nishant? Which way you think this one is going?
I'm just gonna pick cliched Phoenix Reds, the favorites for me.
Of course, yeah. Again, like I said, they are the champions for 4 years, so one loss I don't think is going to be a big deal for them, but yeah, I think definitely picking them is going to be the safe bet, I feel, on this one. What do you think, Kamal? Which way are you going on this one?
Yeah, so this is 7 p.m. game, so
The
it's
toss.
toss will be the very decisive factor,
I
because
think it's a
when teams
DSP2
are-
game. I don't think it would affect that much.
It's not about that. In play, chasing under lights is not easy.
Okay.
So so that's what, right? So Panthers is more of a firepower, with the batting. So bowling point of view, if I mean, I don't want to predict who bat first, who bowl first, but yeah, I mean, last week I predicted Phoenix Reds, so they lost, so I go with Panthers.
That's a one way to go ahead. Okay, guys, this is going to be the third question of this week for you guys. This is going to be on this game, Phoenix Reds versus Panthers. The third question for you viewers is going to be, are we going to see a 50 in this game or not? Doesn't matter which side it comes from. Are we going to see a 50 plus score in this game? Comment that in the section below, in the comment section below, and that'll be the third question of this week for you guys. So, moving on, the two games we have left for this week are going to be the challengers. We have the Desi Meat Spot versus Fighters. Nishant, which way are you going on this one? This is going to be the second game for Fighters this week?
Yes. Yes, I think it's the second game for Fighters. They're playing Troy Hawks, and then this is the game after 2 days. Again, I think a very close game is on the cards. Both teams are good. This is Desi Meat Spot's first game. But it's going to be a very close game, but I think it's going to be Desi Meat Spot.
Desi Meat Spot.
Yeah.
Perfect. What about you, Kamal? Which way are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, Desi Meat Spot has excellent team, very good team. A couple of new guys joined, right? So it's a really good team. I don't know what exactly the team composition going to be for tomorrow that game. So Fighters, I still go with Fighters on this
Fighters,
game.
okay.
Because DMS they start little slow based on my prior tournament experience. So Fighters, yes.
Perfect. All right, the last game we have for this week is going to be the 7 p.m. game on Sunday, the Sluggers versus the Keys with Krishna. I think this is the second game for Keys with Krishna also, both Fighters and Keys with Krishna have 2 games this week. So what do you think, a prediction for this one, last game?
So I am gonna go with Sluggers,
Okay.
because I feel Sluggers has much more experience in their team. Keys with Krishna, yes, they do have some experienced players, but I think this is going to be the contest between the inexperienced players of Keys with Krishna versus the complete experienced Sluggers team.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. I think that basically covers our. Wait, did I get your prediction on this one?
No.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, let's go. Sorry, Kamal, I missed you on this one. Sluggers versus Keys with Krishna. Which way are you going on this one?
Sluggers didn't do well last week, so I expect them to come hard or come strong in this game. I think Sluggers will do better this time. Sluggers, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Kamal. So, okay, guys, I think we've completed the prediction of all the games in the coming week. So let me go over the questions for the viewers again. We had 3 questions this week for you. Question number 1 was Karnataka Warriors versus the Giants game. Which team's bowler is going to get the most number of wickets? So you just have to predict either which team has going to have the most number of wickets from bowler, right? So that's the number is going to be the number 1 question for you guys. The second question is going to be the Detroit Chargers versus the Knights game. Which team is going to have the most number of boundaries in this game? which team is going to have the most number of boundaries in this game, includes the 4s and 6s. So please predict which team is going to have the most number of boundaries. Now the third question for this week is going to be between the Phoenix Reds and the Panthers team. Are we going to see a 50 in this game or not? So let us know the answers to these questions in the comment section below, and like I said, we're going to have prizes for you at the end of the season, and we'll keep you posted on those. So we're gonna move on to the last section of our the talk today, which is gonna be the team of the week. I think this is something which we want to do like every week to show all the main performers from this week, and basically give you like the team of the week. Again, this is based on all the experts' opinion, and this is going to be like the playing batting order and stuff like that too. So I think we'll start with Nishant on this. So I think you also part of presenting this, selecting this team of the week. So what do you think on this?
Yeah, so my team of the week, I'm going to open with Prabhat from Kumbans and Mohan from Giants. And one down is going to be Chanakya, followed by Chanakya from Monsters. And then Hari from Stingers, Asanka from Warriors, Shanmukh from Spartans, Gaurav from Michigan Avengers, and then Shashank Gowda from Troy Hawks, Mohan Rangraj from Keys with Krishna, Ramsey from Kumbans, Sachal from Spartans, and Philip Thomas from Hurricanes. So I've made my team more heavily on all-rounders and batting.
Okay, Kamal, what do you think of this team, and is there any player you would have liked to have in this team for the week or for this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think these are the performers of the week. So yeah, I mean, there are some similar performances. I think this is a good composition based on the performances. So I mean, it needs to have the right balance, batting versus bowling. So I think yeah, I think this is a good one, but I may change a little bit of batting order. Other than that, like it is all probably whoever played through the innings, I may send them little higher, and who are like Hari, maybe I may bring him little down because he's good striker and he can hit any time. So it's sort of a little bit here and there, little changes, but otherwise, yeah, the 12 is I'll go with this. Yeah.
Perfect. I think that is a very, very strong playing level. I would love to see if this team eventually comes to play a game, to see how they perform and what kind of scores they can put up. That will be like a great exhibition game or something like that. Plan for you, Kamal. Maybe next time we have like an exhibition game, top 15 players play against each other. Stars or something like that. One.
Yeah. I mean, we could do that, like sort of a fun. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that will be one thing to watch out for. So alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around to watching the show. We really appreciate it. I think like I said, this is the second week we are doing this. The plan is to have this show every week on Thursdays at 7 p.m. So do join us next week. Also, I would like to thank our guest today, Nishant, for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time, and it was did a lot of analysis, a lot of in-depth analysis of the games and the stats and everything. So thank you so much for taking your time today.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate Kamal, Jafar, UAB, everyone for giving this opportunity. And thank you.
Thank you so much again, Kamal, for being here to take the being on giving us some predictions. Really appreciate it for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Okay, so we all have a great time. So we hope to continue this for like few more weeks. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for watching us. Like I said, we'll be back next week, and I think one last request from my side is we are going to reach out to some of the players and the captains to send us your guests and your players from your team to be part of the show. So please do send us your players to be on the show. I think we'd really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.